Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Solely Voids, our free-to-play series where we use nothing but Void champions. Alright, we're right in the heat of a thrilling Curse City fight between Scarab God and Branch Arm Lazaire. Branch Arm's going to win this, but who knows how long it's going to take. So I think I'm just going to exit out of this because I don't think we want to watch that for, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's going to be a huge fight. That's going to be a long fight. And I don't think we want to work through that. So we can come back to that later. As you can see, we've made some pretty good gains in here. We cleared this whole first place. And actually the second place we cleared out completely also. This one here, I just don't know if I have the champs for it. I'm sure if I had Blood Shield, I could just suit up a whole bunch of people, try to make it to work from there. But that is not a necessity. We will come back to that at a different time. But looks like we're kind of on fast pace. I don't see this boss being too huge of an issue given the champions that I get to use. And so knowing that, I mean, we're going to get our first shot at Amius. And I don't have a clue. No clue. Heal reduction, need that. And I'm not seeing a heal reduction champion there. If I can't use a Cold Heart, I think Cold Heart's my only heal reduction. I don't know. We're just going to have to cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. So, we got some interesting things going on. There's all these events for this sick champion High Lord Fabian, or what is it, not High Lord, Lord Entertainer Fabian. He's a very good champion, but here on this account we couldn't care less about that guy because it is all gonna be about Light Ward SIENDRA. Hey folks, while I got your attention right now, I'm trying to make a push towards 500 subscribers. I'm already at 385, so I just need a few more of you to step out of your box, hit that like, and hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out trying to get to, like I said, 500, but before we get to 500, we got to get to 400. So let's see if we can get to that here by the end of the month, and then we can see what we can do for 500. Thanks. Light Ward SIENDRA. So she's the Void Epic. Unfortunately, she is in the High House. Would have been sick if we could have got like a, I don't know, Orc. Either way, we'll take what we can get. I mean, she doesn't look too bad. Her helmet is weird, but the long braids are kind of sick, and the staff is cool. Like, the color scheme is all right. So, where is she at? So first off, keep in mind, every single Void Epic that pops up on a fusion, we're going to grab because that's just the easiest way to progress your account. So if you're a newbie out there to the Only Voids Challenge, the Solely Voids Challenge rather, if there is a Void Epic or Void Rare, you should be going all in on at least some number of copies. And getting easy, so it's just a matter of how many you want to get. Okay, so here, Luminant Strike has a 25% chance of stealing one random buff from the target. If this attack is critical, it's a 100% chance. So if you don't build her with crit rate, it's gonna book up to 35, 50%. Okay, Blinding Thrust attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of stealing 15% of the target turn meter. If it's critical, it's a 100% chance of stealing 30%. Okay. Is it each hit? Each hit. Okay, so you can steal up to 60% of the turn meter. That's pretty cool. Only on 4 turn. That feels like it needs to be on a 3 turn, but alright. And then here, attacks all enemies before attacking, places a 50% increased accuracy and 30% increased crit rate on this champion for 2 turns. Increases the duration of all buffs on this champion by 1 turn if this attack is critical. Man, this would have been a whole lot better if this was increased the duration of all buffs on all, of your champions if it's critical. That would have been a lot cooler. And then increases this champion's attack by 2% for each buff they receive, stacks up to 30. I mean, she's not totally trash. She'll be, generally useful, and more importantly, like you just saw Curse City, you need a very broad variety of champions. This particular account, turn meter suppression, isn't necessarily something we're needing, but we're still gonna go for a few of her. It just kind of depends on how many, I guess. So like, we know we're gonna get one for sure. So it really depends on, we will not be going for 4. Let's just say that we're not gonna push for 4 of these. Okay, so High Elves has nothing in the faction crypts. So that means we're definitely going to go for 2 minimum just to start building this up. And we've done that several times. Like, now, where have we seen this at? Like, we've seen it in the Sylvan Watchers. Like, these 2 Void epics were both fusion epics. So we were able to fill the Faction Guardian up twice there. Night Revs, we were able to do it once with there. But then what we did with her is we built her and then got a 3rd copy so we could +1 her. Is it worth us to do that on this one? Well, here's what I'll tell you. It's, if you have the resources, like, it's going to be good progression anyway, because you're going to be wanting to do as much of this stuff anyway. It just kind of tells you what you need to be doing, and then you're going to gain some progression naturally that way. And so then if you can get a +1, what's her name again? Fancy lady. If you can get a +1 SIENDRA, by all means, you might as well. For me, I think I'm just going to go for 2, try to get the faction crypt. There's a couple different reasons. One, she does seem, I guess if she hits hard, we're going to want +1, just so we're closer to +2 and +3 to get like crit rate and crit damage and attack. But what it really comes down to is I know at the end of next week, I'm going to be very busy. I'm going to be out of town. So I think maybe just focusing on 2 and then just getting back to the regular grind is what it's going to be about. So what is that regular grind? That regular grind right now is just going and working through the events, okay? So we did go through, Dragon's probably not even up anymore, unfortunately. We did get a copy of the Rare. Rare is blue affinity, so magic affinity. We got this like on the first day because Dragon opened up with the Dungeon Divers at the same time, and so we just hit this up until we got the rewards, and then we switched right on to champ training. And so we've gotten the rare from champ training, but I really want this Void. It's stretching me super thin. I have like 0 brews. That Queen of Hearts event has absolutely gutted my brew count, and it's really hard to get back up when you're just chaining champ training events back to back to back. I did think in the meantime I was going to be able to get the Dungeon Divers. There's still an hour left, so I'm sure if I wanted to, I could. I just don't want to. I think it's fine. Like, we're just going to get past it. We weren't pushing this intentionally. This is just what we got from farming campaign and farming Dragon. All right. But then, again, this Queen of Hearts event had, like, sent me back in mystery shards, and, like, I'm basically just, like, out of food. Can I just see my total, all my champions here? So here is, like, everything I got. I mean, there is, I shouldn't say out of food, because we've been building up a lot of 4-star champions, getting 2 stars to 3 stars, turning those 3 stars into 4 stars. So basically, roughly how it goes is, I pull a bunch of mysteries, I turn the 2 stars into 3 stars, and then from the rares that I get in campaign, or from mystery shards, I use those champions to turn into 4 stars. It's just, I'm weird like that, and I just work through it like that. So that's kind of what we've been doing. We do have another guy. He's already at 22. He's on his way up to 40, so we can get him to be another 5th star. Looks like we only have 1 5-star champion food ready to go. But on the bright side, we also have 2 chickens, so we get 2 more. We're gonna have another 5-star chicken. So we did 6-star a couple champions. So let's go find them. I decided to 6-star Doomscreech. He's a pretty cool champion, realistically. Like, I hate the way he looks, honestly, but he is pretty good. Like, big increased defense and a turn meter fill, and then an AoE with a shield. The shield's super small. But then I'm like, hey, I'll just put him in emergency heal just to get a little extra healing out of him, a little extra utility. And then I just kind of had some okay stun set, and I'm like, I'll just throw him in a stun set. because I had a bunch of HP rolls with a little bit of speed, nothing goated, something just good enough. And then, you know, he is going to turn meter fill. He's going to AoE, you know, hopefully stun a couple people, and then his A1 just hopefully stunning people occasionally too. He's nothing amazing. I'm sure there's a better build out there for him, but our undead is pretty weak. So right now we're just in the mode to build as much as we can to try to clear faction crypts, okay? So the most updated one is Knight's Revenant. We got everything 3-starred except for the boss. We beat it, we just can't 3-star it. That team has got some pretty weak things. Barbarian is in the exact same boat. Sylvan Watchers has been cleared. Man, you think since I pulled a Void Legendary, I would be able to get further than where I am right now, but this is just... There's just not a lot of options. Yeah, I don't even know who we could possibly get. I don't know if there's another Void Rare. That's actually what is kind of the killers. There's not a lot of Void Rares. I mean, if we got a Gembo, that would obviously change things drastically. But yeah, there's only the one Void Rare, so... that's what's really holding us back there. Knight's Rev, we're running it essentially with Queen of Hearts, obviously, 2 Sabbathas, and then 2 Ashwalkers, actually. And 1 Ashwalker 60, he does fine. He's still squishy. And then we have a level 40 Ashwalker, so we have some champions we can just level up and try to make that better. That is kind of mostly everything. We're kind of holding out, just trying to see, like, is this weekend going to be a 2x Voids, or when is that next one going to be? I know a lot of people in the clan are getting antsy and want to rip their shards. I kind of wouldn't mind if it was delayed another week or so, because I really only have 15. But hey, it only takes one. We're due for that next legendary, I feel like. So we gotta be closing in on it at any point. Secretly, best things we're getting out of these are the brews. Actually, the gems are the best, but I mean, you know, we'll take ancient shards. Those are super helpful for us. They just help us complete events that we otherwise would have either no interest in completing because they don't do anything, but we actually do kind of need to rip these shards to try to get some more food. That's what's throwing me back, is all my food is coming from mystery shards. So all right, maintenance, perfect timing. Otherwise, there's not too much. It's kind of a low-key episode today. As you may have seen in my previous episode, we had Ryan Raids on to talk everything there is to talk about in terms of Void champions. That was a very interesting conversation we had, so hopefully you have checked that out. And if you haven't, right now, I'll go ahead and pin it up in the pinned comments. It's there, or is it there? It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Otherwise, we got a bunch of energy we got from CVC. It's probably time for us to go and burn as much of that as we possibly can. Where's that 4-star dude at? Oh, I must have put him in. Where is he at? I know I had a 4-star guy that was 20-something. Maybe he was just in the crypts, or in the training grounds, if it will. So here's my roster. Once again, we need to start figuring out who's the 6-star. Really kind of want to actually get her up, because she's got the revive on death, I think. Tell me down below. This is actually genuinely interesting that I've been thinking about lately. Is there a team? This is the last thing. Last thing, and then I'll send you on your way. Is there a team with Sky Touch Shaman? Obviously not in this build. We could get her in a different build. But is there a team where we can speed tune it with a burner? So, like, maybe can we speed tune her plus, is it like Selenia Nightcloak? She's got a burn. Where are you at? Where are you at? I know I have one. There's no way I would have fed her. Okay, yeah. Who has... See, she's got a burn right here. Man, it only goes to 4 turns, though. There's somebody that can burn easily. Maybe it's a Dwarf Bulwark. Yeah. with like maybe a bulwark, okay? So is there some possible team that we can beat Sand Devil, Speed Tune, where we have her plus like a bulwark or somebody else trying to like Speed Tune it so this Revive on Death comes up every single time the Sand Devil has its big nukes? Like, can we beef her up to the point? Have you ever seen a team? I've been kind of looking on the side because I really need a better Sand Devil team. The Sand Devil team that I have right now is just kind of a team that can take hits, and that's obviously not a great strategy. And we farm 15. And so this is currently my team. But we just need something slightly better than this. We don't have a God Seeker. If we had a God Seeker, obviously that's exactly what she would be going towards. But we just need that plus something else so we can get to this stage 25 and start getting this dust. Phantom Shogun's Grove, actually, we can farm like 19 fairly regularly. So that means we're not too far off this as we kind of progress our stats. So otherwise, folks, that's the whole video. Again, comment down below anything you know about Skytouch Shaman and getting her in a nice speed tune, only using Void Champions, or Void Champion ideas for Sand Devil. Otherwise, that's going to be the whole video, folks. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.